What would you say was the greatest mistake that was made during the COVID-19 pandemic?
So I think the greatest mistake was the failure of the world's nations to pay sufficient heed to Dr. Tedros's declaration of the public health emergency of international concern on the 30th of January. Now, our panel was critical of the month before that. We are critical that China did not allow WHO immediate access to the site of the outbreak. We are critical that WHO didn't have the power to publish the information that it had. We are critical that it didn't use a precautionary approach when it became increasingly clear that a respiratory virus with this kind of potential to kill was afoot. And we're critical that the emergency committee of WHO, which Dr. Tedros was obliged to call, did not, when he first called it 3 weeks into January, agree to support this public health emergency declaration. So we're critical of all of that, and that we can make changes about that. But we can make all those changes. If nations still refuse to take seriously a declaration of the highest kind by the World Health Organization, we're going to muff the next one. And so that's my plea. When WHO says jump, dangerous infectious disease with pandemic potential on the move, you jump. You don't mess around. On the 28th of February in our own country, and we had one of the better responses, our Ministry of Health issued a statement saying the first case of COVID-19 has been detected in New Zealand and is not expected to lead to widespread community transmission. Were they dreaming? Were they reading anything? But as I say, we had, in the end, one of the better responses. Most of the world, including us really, sat by and watched. I think the things we did which were very important in February was we did stop travel from China and then from Iran, because that's where the outbreak was raging. Eventually, of course, as we know, we stopped travel from everywhere for 2 years, except for those privileged to get a slot in quarantine. But everyone was too late reacting. So we lost the month of January because of poor legal powers and procedures. We lost the month of February because nations didn't take enough notice of the declaration.